Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here with a Q&A video. Not long ago I was asking you guys for questions if you had any, and I had like over 1,000 comments to go through, which was like crazy, but really made me super duper happy that you guys were interested to know more about me. But I've chosen 20 questions that are to do with The Sims, to do with having a gaming channel on YouTube, which I'm going to be answering in this video. If you want to see some more personal questions that I've answered aside from the gaming channel, more about what I do every day and more, I just guess more personal things, you can check out my other channel with Madeline. I will put it in the link in the description down below, so you can check that out if you so wish to. Anyways, let's get into it. I actually just got back from being with EA in Redwood Shores in the USA. I'm back in Australia now, obviously, but I was super excited because while I was there, I actually bought this EA Games hoodie, EA Sports hoodie, and I thought I would wear it for this Q&A video because it's so cozy and it's kind of, I mean, it's a really sunny day today outside, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of chilly inside still. So I'm gonna be at my computer in my hoodie with my EA drink, with my EA work pad to write notes down, and I'm just feeling the EA right now. I also got one other thing, whoops, and it is a Sims 4 Get to Work poster signed by the Sims team. And where is Graham? Where are you, Graham? There's my man. Oh, here he is, Graham Nardone in the pink section. There's totally a lipstick mark on there now. The only thing with these posters is I can never ever get them back into their poster things. Like, they just don't fit. Oh yeah. Fits like a glove. Alright, so I've got my laptop to go through. The last thing I was doing was watching The Nanny. The Nanny named Fran, so that's kind of funny. Okay, so question number 1. Do you play more than just The Sims? I don't really play anything else but The Sims at the moment. In the past, I was obsessed with Nintendo 64 back in the day, where I played Super Mario. The Legend of Zelda I adored, and I would love to play it again right now. I do have a PlayStation 4 with The Last of Us on it, which I've dabbled in. I want to do more of it, but I just haven't had the time to. Why did you start YouTube? Well, there was a couple of reasons. I was always in the back of my head wanting to meet more people who actually played The Sims. I wanted to share my creations with others, and I realized that I could probably meet some people if I started posting things in the community, and I thought, you know what, why don't I share my builds on YouTube? When I actually realized that YouTube simming existed was when I was overseas studying in Italy, and I was very sick and I wasn't able to go out during the day with all the other students. So I kind of got really, I guess a bit miserable because I couldn't see this amazing country and I wasn't well enough to go out with my friends. So I spent a lot of time kind of in my hotel room surfing the net, and I realized that even though I was kind of too sick to play The Sims, I could watch other people playing The Sims, which is when I discovered The Beautiful Queen and also The Sim Supply. So that's how I realized it existed. And then this is where I am. I just thought I'd give it a shot, and you gotta start somewhere. Number 3, if you could pick any house that you built in The Sims, which one would you live in? ILYSM. Thank you. I love you too. I would probably live in Morgana, or my dream house, because Morgana, I just loved the layout of it. Okay, question number 4. How do you record your screen or film your videos, and also what do you use to edit your Sims videos? On my PC, which is where I film most of my Sims 4 videos, I use a program called OBS, which is free to download, and I actually record my audio through that as well, even though that's a little bit naughty. You're not meant to do that. I mean, you can, but you can't edit audio separately, which means that if your voice is overpowered by the game volume, you have to re-record, you can't change it. But I probably will start using Adobe Audition soon, whilst on my Mac. Like while on my PC, I'll have that on my Mac. To edit my thumbnails, I use Adobe Photoshop. When I'm recording my Sims 3 videos, I am working off my iMac. So I use a program called ScreenFlow. I also use ScreenFlow on my laptop, my MacBook Pro. When I'm recording Sims 4 videos, you probably noticed they're not as great quality as the PC, but if I'm on the go and I feel like recording for you guys, I will be using ScreenFlow, and that's unfortunately not free. That costs around $100 Australian, but it's great because you can record with it and edit in it. To edit my videos that aren't recorded with ScreenFlow, so when I'm on my PC using OBS, I'll actually use Adobe Premiere to put them all together. And I think that's a really fantastic program to use. Number 5, how did you get into The Sims? I got into Sims when my dad, well, even though it's a bit separate, my dad brought home Sim Safari and Sim Town one day for me. I think I had seen Sim Town on someone's computer once, and when I was really little, and Dad realized that I really liked it, so he brought it home with Sim Safari. But of course, after that, when The Sims came out, my parents got me that. I was lucky enough to get it, and I just fell in love with it. And my dad got me the Making Magic, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. And then I went on to save up and buy The Sims 2, The Sims 3, and The Sims 4. Number 6, what is your computer? So as I said, I have a PC, I have an iMac, and I have a MacBook Pro. The reason why I have Macs as well is because I'm a graphic designer and I need those computers with me. My PC computer, I don't know anything about PCs, so if you want to know about what computer I have it on this YouTube channel. It is in the About section, so you can check that out and find it all out there. Oh, I also use a Rode podcaster mic, so yeah. What do I do for a living? This question is asked a lot. It is confusing whether YouTubers earn most of their income, or if YouTube is their sole income. And YouTube is part of my income. So I do YouTube for a living, and I'm also a freelance graphic designer for a living too. So I work both. Number 8, if you woke up as a Sim for one day, what would be the first thing that you would do? P.S. I love your videos. Kiss, 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 kisses to you too. What would I do if I was a Sim? I don't know, probably dance, maybe swim in the pool, because that would be pleasant. Oh, and I would probably go into Create a Sim and like change my hair color and wear lots of clothes and do like a full-on makeover of myself. Number 9, what is your favorite LP of all time? I mean, I love all of my LPs. They're all, I feel in my mind they're all very different. I loved Deluna Island. I loved Late Night with Eleanor Riley. That was fun. I loved that character. I think when you make an LP, you kind of have this attachment to your characters. It's kind of weird. I mean, when you play The Sims, that's what happens, at least for me. And then I love the Ballantyne's Wilkins family because, you know, they're so unconventional, yet they're this great big family that all live in this big house together, and I love that idea because it's so different to how I grew up. I love the twins, you know, they're beginning to run into some interesting scandalous things. Their personalities are just starting to come out, and of course Barbie. I love Barbie, like it's the dream house. She's living the dream. And I love Sex and the City, even though I haven't played it for a while, and I love my own gameplay, so I don't know, I love them all. Number 10, how are you, Smiley? I'm good. I went for a run today, so I'm good, and I've got lunch in the oven cooking. I think I'm going to have my first ever sausage roll. So I'm feeling adventurous. Number 11, I really like this question. If you were stuck inside one of your Sims' lives, whose life would you choose to live? I really love Trinity Ballantyne. I think I would live her life because she grew up in this wealthy family in Deluna Island, and she's always glamorous and a bit sophisticated and beautiful. So I think her ambition would attract me to live her life. Number 12, a very common question, why don't I use custom content in my Sims games? Probably the main reason is because I am very sensitive to graphics and visual imagery, and I feel like most of the custom content bothers me that it doesn't suit the existing graphics of the game. A lot of people would disagree with that, but that's how I feel. In saying that, I love looking at people's creations. I think custom content creation is a really great art form and I love seeing it. I just don't like it in my game. Lucky 13. What is your favorite Sims expansion? If you could create your own expansion, what would it be? My favorite Sims expansion would have to be, I love Seasons because it just brings another dimension to the game of realism. But I think I loved making magic in The Sims. In The Sims 2, I loved The Sims 2 University Life. That was like my favorite. In The Sims 3, probably Late Night, I liked a lot, and I also appreciated Into the Future for the building objects. Those would be my favorites. Oh, and if I could create my own expansion, I would want to have a romance expansion pack. There would just be more romance options and more emotional attachment in the game. So if a Sims had an affair, there would be more emotions kind of interwoven into the game. Like they would react to it more. And I don't know, maybe you could have like a love child where the child wouldn't, this is so scandalous for The Sims, but this is totally what I'd do. But like the child might not know their parents, and when they discover their real father or something, they would react. I don't know, I think that kind of emotional depth would be really cool. But then again, it would be cool just to have a building expansion, just building stuff and a new neighborhood and just awesomeness. I'd actually like to have a high-rise neighborhood as well. If I had a romance expansion, I feel like it would be in a city location. Be awesome. Number 14, out of all of the Simmers on YouTube, which one would you want to be friends with most? It says mist, but I'm assuming they mean most. I've been lucky enough to be able to call a lot of Simmer YouTubers friends now. I have met, James, who's a friend. From the Sim Supply, I've met Meg Loves Games and Andrew Arcade and Life Simmer and Black Essence and iPod Zeke and just, amazing people. I could keep naming them, but probably someone who I haven't met that I think seems really lovely is Sim Sugar, or Kiss Sim Sugar. She has a really cool accent and I think she sounds like a lovely person. Number 15, I really want to know if you make any floor plans before you start building. I don't do floor plans before building. I kind of just jump on and go, usually using some reference images. I have, however, in the past kind of sketched the front of the house, just the roof line, because I do have a lot of trouble with roofing, so I kind of like to check that out a little bit before I get started. Number 16, why do you love The Sims so much? I don't know. I said it before, I just think it's a great outlet for creativity. I think a lot of creative people use it. And I think it's like when you played dolls when you were little, that kind of imagination, I think it's a similar imagination that you can use as you grow up and, into adulthood. There's something really imaginative and kind of magical about it, and that's why I love The Sims. 17, what's the best part of being, Deligracy? And how'd you get the name Deligracy? Well, the best part about being Deligracy is you guys. It's amazing waking up and, having this incredible feedback on videos and just to see that there's other people enjoying what you enjoy to do and receiving letters from you guys or emails, tweets, Instagram pictures, of things you want to happen in the Let's Plays or ways in which I might have cheered you guys up through a difficult time or anything like that, even just being like, hey. That's the best thing about being Deligracy. And my name I made up when I was a little girl, way before YouTube, as a character in a book I wrote. And I went through a dictionary and chose 3 words, split them up to make Deligracy. Number 18, how do you get pumped up before recording? I like to have had sleep. I don't like recording during the night or at like 3 in the morning. That's not how I roll, even though a lot of other YouTubers do. So I like to be fresh. I often like to have exercised beforehand and to have a nice big drink of water or tea or something fresh. I also like to brush my teeth. Will there be a deli designer line, clothing, furniture, or anything? A deli designer line would be something amazing that I would love to do. I am a designer, I love pretty things, and I would love to be able to bring those pretty things to the rest of the world. So yeah, I would keep an eye out for deli merchandise or something deli-esque. I don't know if we'll have like Deligracy across it, but just something of my creations that I could give to you guys would be really cool. Do comment down below if that's something you might be interested in, because that would be a bit of a hoot and a half, I think. Okay, the last question, what is some advice you could give to someone starting to make YouTube videos? I know other people say this all the time, but it's so true. You need to try to be yourself. And that can be really hard to do sometimes because, you know, when you're sitting there at your computer with a mic in your face and maybe a camera in your face, it feels really unnatural. So it takes a bit of practice. You've got to start somewhere. So my advice is to just give it your best shot. Be yourself as much as you can. It becomes so much easier over time. If you can, try and find a good mic to sound clear. Try and find decent recording software so it can look nice and be presentable. That can be difficult too, but you know, it might just take a bit of saving up to achieve that. And there's a lot of free stuff out there as well to help you along with it. Be honest, original, and be yourself. If you want to check out the more personal questions, feel free to look at the link below. There'll be a bit more Deligracy on my other channel. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.